Hey guys, so in today's video I'm gonna talk about the best way to improve your aim at Fortnite. A lot of people out there is worrying about their aim, and some of you guys have a good aim, but this video is for all skill level players. Firstly, I like to talk about aim. Aim is all about your muscle memory. So basically, aim training is all about training your muscle memory. More you practice, more you improve. Mainly in this video, I'm going to cover the best Kovaaks routines and 2 in-game maps that really help with your aim. Before the video starts, I would like to show the timestamps of this video. Feel free to skip around, but I will recommend you guys to watch whole thing through. Before we hop into the aim routines, you need to find your sensitivity. If you are satisfied with your sense, you can skip this part, but I recommend you to watch this too. There are tons of people out there who are using sensitivities that not fits to them. Maybe they put those sensitivities because their favorite pro use their sensitivity, but there is very low chance to fit that sense for them. There are two main methods that majority of people use to find their sensitivity. The first method is PSA method, aka perfect sensitivity approximation. The second method is trying out different sensitivities till you find a sensitivity comforts for you. For the first one, there is a video out there I'll put in the description made by our legend Papagirian. And for the second one, you need to find your hip fire sense. It's the sense when you are not aiming. I recommend you guys to start with really high sensitivity and lowering it by 0.5. You need to stick with at least 15 minutes before you changing it again. And you also need to find your ADS sense. It's the sense when you are aiming, clicking your right mouse button, aka targeting sense. If you are using low sense and using your whole arm to aim, I recommend you guys to stick with 1.00 ADS sense. It's because your AR shots will be less hard to hit. And if you are a wrist aimer like me, you need to put your targeting sense around 50%. Your DPI will be preference because it's not affects your in-game movements, except inventory swapping. But the sensitivity with 400 DPI and 12.5 in-game sense not equals to 800 DPI and 12.5 in-game sense. The simple way is pick a DPI that you can satisfy with swapping inventory and other works like browsing internet and stuff. And I'm not recommending you guys to changing your DPI levels above 1600. After you found your sense, let's move on to the next one. Before I hop into this part, I like to explain about Kovaaks and the creator of this guide. Kovaaks is the most popular aim trainer majority of pro players like Mongrel, Tifu, Zexron and other top tier pros using. It's a very good aim trainer, covered all sides of aiming with different type of scenarios, and it costs $10 on Steam and you have to buy it. But if you don't have enough money, then you can crack it. You can simply Google it and download. But I'm not recommending this method. Also, I'm cracked it because I have no money. Shh, please don't tell to anyone. Before we hop into setting up Kovaaks and routines, I like to talk about the creator of this guide. He is Aimer7 and he is a professional aim coach. He helped lot of top tier pros like Zexro, Zayt and even Sam, who placed second at the World Cup of Fortnite. And he is a world record holder too. Now you have a basic idea about the creator of this guide. Okay, after you installed Kovaaks into your PC, you need to set up Kovaaks before you start to play. Firstly, we need to convert your exact number of sensitivity that you are playing in Fortnite to Kovaaks. First, you need to get your X sensitivity like this and convert it to a decimal. And for that, we have a calculator called present to decimal calculator. I'll put in the description. And you need to type your sensitivity in here, 10.5 for mine. and you need to simply click that calculate button, and there is your value. Just copy there, and after you copy that, paste it to here like this, and you need to change your sensitivity scale to Fortnite slider, and your vertical sensitivity and horizontal sensitivity are not the same. You can uncheck this option and do the same thing to Y sensitivity and put it to here. For ADS sensitivity, if you are using 100%, you don't need to change anything. But if you are not using 100%, just simply multiply your in-game sense with your ADS percentage. For example, my in-game hipfire sensitivity is 10.5 and my ADS sensitivity is 50%. I need to convert my ADS sensitivity to decimal and multiply it by my hipfire sensitivity. Then get the answer and put it to the percentage to decimal calculator. After that, put that to exact same position that you put your hipfire sense. When you are using your hipfire sense, use your previous one, and when you are practicing ADS, put the new one as sense. It kinda annoying, but there's no fix to that. Another thing MS7 says is when you are practicing your hipfire sense, you should practice on FOV measurement Overwatch and FOV 103. And when you are training your ADS sense, you need to change your FOV measurement to clamped horizontal and put 80 on FOV. For other settings, go to the weapon option and make sure the hide weapon option is checked, and go to the video option. The video mode should be on full screen, and put the resolution you play Fortnite and confirm. That's it. Now the moment we all are waiting for. Let's talk about routines. By the way, I also put this link in the description so you can download and read the full guide for better understanding. If you are a complete beginner for shooting games or just switching over to PC from console, you need to follow the complete routine in complete beginner section, which are showing on the screen right now. Also, if you have no enough time, you can do these maps each for 5 minutes, costs you 30 minutes. Also, if you really have not enough time, you can do those 3 minutes each and cost you 15 minutes. And anything lower than 15 minutes will not affect you. For intermediate beginners, to complete routine in intermediate beginner section, which are showing on the screen. When we get into the in-game, you need to practice recoil and stuff with in-game. It's important to practice with real players, not bots. So I'm introducing 2 maps that really helps with your aim in-game. The first one is Aim Agency. It's made by Tido and MS7. I'll put the code in the description. I really want to record these maps by myself, but unfortunately I can't, because I'm playing on Intel HD 620 laptop with 35% 3D resolution. So use code YasiYa in the item shop to support. In the first map, there are 5 different drills to do. The first drill called Tile Frenzy, and you need to do this drill for at least 1 minute. And the second one called Horizontal. You have to keep your crosshair to the zombie as possible as you can. Also, you need to do this drill at least 1 minute. The third one is a vertical tracking drill, and you also need to do this for at least 1 minute. The next drill called 1 wall 9 targets, and it's a combination of vertical and horizontal tracking. Also, you need to do this at least 1 minute. And the final one called Slide, and you need to shoot sentry bots and targets by sliding. You need to do this at least 1 complete round. And the second map I'm going to show you guys is KROADER's Aim Duels. You need to grab a friend and go to the map. You can choose 3 types of guns: shotguns, ARs and SMGs. After you choose your loadout, run up the ramp and place a floor and edit down. Start shooting once you hit the ground. This is really helpful for your close range battles. Do this map for 10 minutes each day. And finally guys, the most important thing is consistency. It's the key to improve. If you practice 10 hours today and don't playing in the next 9 days will be useless. So if you are only able to play 15 minutes, keep it every day consistently. and you will improve. After you play it for 2 weeks, you will be able to see some improvements on your gameplay. Then you can move to next routine in MS7's guide. You can simply download it and read it. I wish you guys all the best for improving your aim. If you learned something new from this video, then do be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel with turn on notifications. And don't forget to use code YasiYa in the item shop to support the channel. So that's it from me, and I will see you guys in the next video. GG.